Welcome to the Real Retirees of New Jersey, powered by Liberty Financial Group and Artemis Wealth Advisors.
Income is the outcome that matters most in retirement. Let me repeat that. Income is the outcome that matters most in retirement.
Randy and Peggy Fisher want to help you retire once and retire right.
Gonna go ahead and apologize for this Real Retirees of New Jersey podcast because it may get off the tracks real quick. The Real Retirees of New Jersey.com. Randy Fisher is here. Peggy Fisher is here. My name is Mark Owens. Friends, seminars going on right now. You were telling me before we got started that they have been a hoot lately. A lot of great information. What's on the people's mind right now?
We've been talking about that big, beautiful bill.
Big bill.
There you go. I knew it was coming.
You can't set me up like that.
Wait, I gotta tell everybody what's going on. Every time we do a podcast, we have like a 30-minute dissertation beforehand.
Yep.
And I sit here with my headphones on listening to two imbeciles
Laughing.
go back and forth about the dumbest shit you're going to ever hear of in your whole life. And one of them was a drunk guy talking about the big, beautiful bill.
At your dinner seminars?
No, not at the dinner seminar. On the other end of my freaking earphones in a podcast.
No, I'm going to be the guy. I want to come to a dinner seminar and sit in the back and drink wine the whole time.
Oh,
and
God.
then when it's over...
You don't drink wine.
I will. Box wine. Listen.
Box wine it is.
That's true.
And then when it's done, Randy will be like, anybody got any questions? Listen, Randy, you got crushed by big, beautiful bill.
That's when I lose it.
Listen, Trump got help me save money.
How much we saving?
Listen, how much that Trump gonna save? Make my taxes great again with that big, beautiful bill.
You can tell he's from the South.
I love it. I lose it, I swear.
That's brown liquor, man.
Brown liquor and box wine.
Yeah, in New Jersey, we take someone like that and just throw them out the restaurant.
Well, thanks for joining us. Listen,
Why am I part of this thing?
we'll give you an Uber credit. Safe travels on the way home.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God, I cannot wait to do that. Y'all are so screwed. I'm definitely coming up. And I'm not going to tell you either. I'm just going to show up.
Oh, my God.
And
I'm just going to I'll keep feeding you the liquor.
We have people that try to show up to our stuff all the time.
That don't belong.
That don't belong in the workshops. And, they just show up or they've been there 16 times. And
Right. What you
Peggy's
doing?
finally starting to show some of those people the door, though.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, dude. I want to see Peggy drop an elbow.
Yeah. I almost did last night, actually.
You do have to
what's-
be qualified.
You know what's
for these
funny?
events.
It's like a social event for some of these people, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't mind you coming out and trying to learn something, and it's on my dime. But when you come 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and it's just like, it's the circuit because they don't want to go home or cook or go to the store and buy some groceries.
Well, they want to learn from you, Randy.
Yeah,
That's what they tell me. They
ain't
want to
learning
learn
nothing.
from you.
Yeah, they're learning how to get a free meal is what they're learning.
I brought my family.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, it's happened
Yeah.
before.
Oh, yeah.
Or you get one of these people that, can I have a plate to go?
So actually, yeah, someone
You're gonna
left
finish
last
that?
night, and the friend who stayed, because the person who was an emergency, I guess.
It was an emergency. He was
they
aggravated.
Said, they said, well, we're going to take that to go. I'm like, wait, he wasn't here, but we're going to let him take the meal to go. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Can I get big, beautiful to-go box?
To go box.
A box with my barbecue chicken in the back of it. Let's go.
Hey, listen, the taxpayer pays for entitlements, and so do we.
Yes,
This-
we do. That's what we pay for, Randy.
So,
Yes, we do.
with that being said, though, in all honesty, how have the events been? What's on the people's mind right now?
Oh, the events have been fantastic.
They've been great.
They've been
there
awesome.
there are a lot of people out there that are strictly there to learn.
Yes.
Which is great because there's no guarantee anybody's going to become a client.
Right.
But there are a lot of people lately who've become clients
It's been
because they
great.
need help.
Yes.
So
well, it's like we always talk about this. I can go and look up things about the heart, right? But I'm not going to go give myself a heart transplant.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You don't
So
like my
it's
example?
just like people will come and say, "Oh yeah, I kind of manage my own funds, but I don't know. I don't know when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to whatever." But that's what we're here for. You know what I mean?
So what are you covering, though, as of I know each event is a little bit different. Like,
Yeah.
is one structured on taxes? Is one, honestly, the big, beautiful bill? Is one on Social Security?
We cover it all, honestly. We cover, we say it's a big, beautiful bill, but Randy will go into, it was funny. We just had a gentleman last night who came to one of our workshops, and I always call everybody the next day to see, how'd you like it, and thank them for coming. And he was like, oh, it was like being in a college class with Randy. He is the best. He goes, it's like when you take your December class, though, like it's that like 2-week period. He goes, I got that in 3 hours with Randy. He goes, I had so much going on in my head. And he goes, I wanted to tape him. That's what he said. He goes, because I wanted to read that back.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, because you know what it is, and everyone will say about our workshop, it is definitely not like others. It is very educational. We're not pushing to buy or to do. In fact, that's not even brought up.
Right.
It's a lot of education, and then people love that and say, hey, you know what? This person really knows what they're talking about. I'd like to go talk to them about my finances because hopefully they'll be able to know what they're doing with that. Right?
So what we're there for.
What you're saying is Randy knows what he's talking about.
Nah.
Yes,
Sometimes.
that is correct. No, I will say that about him.
Yeah.
You know, when
Is
it
that
comes
the
to-
only thing you say?
When it, when it comes to
That's
finances,
the nicest thing you said in a week.
That's true. That is true.
That Randy's a big, beautiful Randy, if you ask
Big
me.
beautiful Randy, Mr. Positivity. You know what I'm saying?
The realretireesofnewjersey.com. How often do these workshops and seminars, how often do they happen?
Monthly, you know,
Yeah.
a number of times a month, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4 times.
Yeah, usually 2 to 4 times a month.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you do have to be qualified to attend one of these. And by
That is
qualified, you know,
correct.
just make sure that you're not
Lately, you
just coming
could
for
just
the free dinner.
fog a mirror.
Yeah, if you can fog a mirror, that's your qualification. Come on in.
Keep that bar kind of low. The Real Retirees
Can you fog a mirror? Then we're good.
of New Jersey. realretireesofnewjersey.com to get more information. All right, let's get to it here because traveling, you know, when you travel, you can't bring liquid of more than 3.5 ounces on the, because, you know, my bottle of water, that's going to take down that plane. You can't bring pepper spray. You can't bring firearms. All that-
Or the 6 bags that Peggy puts on there to go for a 2-day trip.
You know, I'm glad you said that. We were at the beach last week. My wife and daughter, God love them. We were literally gone for not even a full week. They both packed like we were going on a 6-month excursion anywhere from the Antarctic to the Caribbean.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's me.
Peggy packs like the house is going to burn down while we're gone.
But listen, if there is an emergency, oh my God, we need what? Something? I will go
parachute?
into that suitcase to get what we need.
You know,
We just went away too for the weekend. I had 2 large suitcases
yeah.
for a weekend.
For what?
Well, because
A weekend?
you never know what you're
We
gonna
had like an
need.
electrical saw.
No.
We had
I brought the good china.
I want the good china. No, you never know. Like, well, I need a dressy night out. Well, I need the regular night out. Well, I need to have that jacket. Well, I need to have a little.
What percentage of those 2 bags, what percentage of the outfits did you wear? 50, 60, 70%? We're not talking like.
Well, she didn't have a lot of clothes on, so 0. No, I'm only kidding. I wanted to see what she would say.
Randy.
Real retirees in New
Only-
Jersey, baby.
People are listening. Randy.
It was like a honeymoon. No,
It was our little.
She uses everything. You know, she uses everything.
All right.
Well,
All the bags, Peg. All the bags. Let's not get crazy now. This ain't Dr. Ruth Westheimer or whatever.
it's not. That's not the podcast.
This
We're
is-
not doing that.
What the frick is going on here?
That's the 3rd bag.
You know, starting
2
this,
bags
that
of
we were going
clothes.
off the rails. It was definitely we were just going.
Are you
off
2
rails.
drinking today?
No, I wish we were.
Talking
You
about the
guys
big,
are out of your
beautiful
minds.
bags.
It's like the Magic Garden,
It's happening.
the Chuckle Patch.
They never said my name at that Magic Garden. I didn't like that.
The what? Magic
The
Garden?
Magic Garden. Yeah, didn't you watch that as a kid?
No, he doesn't.
You didn't
No,
know
I
that?
don't know what that is. What is
They
that?
don't have that in the South.
They would have the 2 little ladies, and they would say, "I in my Chuckle Patch, I can see Randy, I can see Sarah."
Oh, that was
I can
Romper
see-"
Room. Yeah, we had
Romper Room.
Romper Room was when she looked through the mirror or the.
Well, no, this one she's looking through a Chuckle Patch, and
what?
she'd be like, "I see a Chuckle Patch."
Like a
that like a-
chucklehead.
Yeah,
Is that
and
like a
she'd be like,
nicotine
"I see,"
patch?
yeah, and every week you would be like sitting there going, "Oh God, she's gonna say my name this week," and I'm like, "No, she never said Peggy."
Yeah, we had that. It was Romper Room, and you had what was it? Chuckle Kids.
the Chuckle Patch.
You're a chucklehead.
The point being, let me get
This
back.
is so off the rails.
I warned you what was the first thing I said? The
So
very
off the
first
rails
thing I
today.
said. Listen, when you fly, you can't bring firearms, but you can bring a parachute. You can bring antlers. Peggy can bring her candelabra. You can bring all of that stuff with you. Now, I want to spin that because in retirement, we know
Oh, here
that,
we go.
Here
We're
we go.
finally in the podcast.
Here we go.
10
Coming
minutes
back to
in.
you, everybody.
Go ahead.
We're coming back to you, everybody.
Told you.
It's only been 10 minutes.
Somebody's been skipping forward this whole time.
They already hung up.
they already deleted the download already. In retirement, we know that IRAs and 401ks, they generally consist of stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. But what about a self-directed IRA, where you can, quote unquote, bring aboard, bring with you as a carry-on, things that may surprise people. Is this something you consider for the families you serve?
Yes, we do. It's not for everybody. There's no doubt about that. But self-directed IRAs, you can use gold, real estate. There's there's some rules to it, but essentially what you're doing is you're taking your qualified money that's normally a traditional IRA, and you're putting non-traditional tools in the side of it, or using non-traditional tools for your retirement money. All the same rules apply. So whether it's the contribution limits or the required minimum distributions, all those things are applicable. There's also some other things that you can't do. Is you can't use, family members, you can't pay yourself, you can't do certain things like that. So certain assets can't be used. But more or less, the more non-traditional items that have become traditional, I know that's an oxymoron, I guess, in self-directed IRAs is like gold, silver, platinum, bitcoins, how about real estate? Things of that nature,
Precious
right?
metals.
Precious metals, right?
Cryptocurrency,
Yep. So all those things have become almost the norm within a self-directed IRA. Why? Because you don't normally get those in an IRA, right? So, or where we also use self-directed IRAs is certain companies offer in their 401ks the opportunity to do an in-service distribution, right? That means that you can roll out your 401k from where it's sitting if you're over 59 and a half. Now, everybody's plan is a little different, but let's say that the plan allows you to move the money while you're still working.
Right.
It means that you still have access to a 401k plan. You can still contribute, but the balance that's in your 401k plan, you can roll out to an individual IRA. Certain people want to put it in a self-directed IRA. Other people want to roll it over to a regular IRA or even convert to Roth IRAs. So all those strategies apply. The reason why they want to get it out of their existing 401k is there's only a limited number of choices, right?
Where you got much more choices the other way.
An unlimited universe.
Yep.
Other times where a self-directed IRA makes sense is some companies, and I won't name them, but I know I have probably a dozen of them off the top of my head. We have clients that have very large 401ks, but they don't like the platform.
Right.
So what we do is within their 401k, we put them into a self-directed IRA within the 401k. And then that allows them to basically get like a private money manager to put their assets into a number of different items that aren't even available within the 401k.
Right.
Most people don't even know that that's available.
They don't.
It's almost like a private backdoor speakeasy 401k, right? It's like no one knows it's there.
Yeah.
The only way you know it's there is if you have a financial advisor
Who tells you
that's
right,
there.
Exactly.
So we are basically, privy to certain companies that have that available. And we allow our clients the opportunity in order to access that, but we also let them in on the gig, right? We tell them, hey, listen, you work for this company. This is available. You probably don't even know it exists.
Right.
And every one of them doubt us until we basically show them that they can have it. And the next thing you know, they tell all their friends.
Yeah. And so on.
and so on and so on and so on. So long story short, but that's a little bit of a gist to self-directed IRA. You have anything to add to that, Peg?
Yeah. I think you covered it all, Rand. You did great.
But there are benefits behind it.
There's always benefits to it. Sure. I mean, every single solitary thing has a trade-off, right? There's always a positive. There's always a negative.
Yeah.
And no matter what it is, the positive to that is you have an availability to put a tool or an asset within your 401k
that you couldn't before. Right. Exactly.
Right. What are some of the downsides? Well, some of the downsides sometimes is that the self-directed IRA costs more money.
Right.
Right. So there are some maybe additional fees, or there's some additional headaches to get it set up correctly. Maybe there's different reporting and on and on. So there's always a trade-off, no matter what it is. Right. There's a trade-off if I went into a mutual fund versus an exchange traded fund. There's a trade-off whether I go into an annuity or a coffee can,
right,
or a stock bond and whatever. So there's always a trade-off between X and Y. It's what makes sense for that individual person. That's the reason why we actually, one of the disclosures that we have on our workshops, and we tell everybody all the time, is this is educational, because if we're not giving individual advice right now.
Exactly. We always say that.
When we get together, we can offer you individual advice.
Right.
Which is really the same as the podcast, right? I mean, we're offering just general advice.
Sure.
So, I mean, it could apply to you. It could not apply to you. It may. If it does interest you, then give us a call and we can discuss it in further detail. And then we can go over the particulars on how it actually affects you, pros, cons. Does it work? Is it the smartest way to do it? Is it the most efficient way? So if you do want to get in touch with us, ladies and gentlemen, Peggy will eventually give you the number because I don't know what she's doing over there.
And that number would be 866-304-3656.
That's how you reach out to the team. At Artemis Wealth Advisors and Liberty Financial Group, my advice to you is stay away from the cheap box wine because that stuff will give you a hangover like you don't even know.
Yeah. It's all of our clients out there.
Little Mad Dog 2020.
Yeah.
When was the last time you went on the night train?
Oh, my God. Yeah. College?
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, I think I did it about 10 years ago, and I still feel the effects of it. Hey, this time of the year, it's weird to think that we're bumping up to the end of 2025.
It's crazy, but it is right
going
around
to be
the
here
corner.
before you blink.
You know how the holidays go.
Oh, yeah.
What are we running out of time to do for this year? What needs to be most important regarding our strategy, our portfolio before we flip the calendar?
No, there's a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, well, we also too we're heavy into our reviews right now, right, Rand?
Yeah.
We're heavy in our reviews.
Well, it's another beginning
everything.
of a quarter,
exactly.
So, right?
Going over everything in their portfolios, the life insurance, the annuities, going over, and that's a constant. It's not just it's the end of the year for us. We're always doing that, right, Rand?
Mm-hmm.
Always looking.
But also, you brought up a great point there, Mark. Is everybody looks towards, oh my gosh, in 3 months from now, it's the end of the year, and then I got taxes and this, that, the next thing. Uh-huh. We look at it as a 365-day window.
Right, always preparing.
We say that what we do during the course of the year is tax planning, not tax preparation. Mm-hmm. Tax preparation is a historical event, right? There's really not much that you can do after December 31st other than maybe add to a contribution to your IRA to maybe get a deduction to reduce your tax liability. Other than that, it's, hey, let me put all my statements together. Let me put all my receipts together. Let me put all my charitable donations and all the other garbage to see if I can get itemized deductions, or am I going to take the standard deduction? But other than that, there's nothing that you can do to affect your taxation after the fact. During the course of the year, tax planning methods and strategies take effect. Yeah. Those are the things that can literally affect your taxation towards, April 15th, April 1st, February, whenever you file your tax returns. Yep. We talked about that again just a few nights ago at a workshop. I gave about 6 or 7 different example scenarios as to how the big, beautiful bill fits within a tax planning scenario, right, and what they should be doing, or what you could potentially be doing, or what an advisor should be doing with their clients during the course of the year, and how to reduce someone's taxation, or reducing their taxation to fit in, let's say, a Roth conversion.
Right. And a lot of people were so excited for that, Randy, because when the people were walking out of the workshop, they were saying, oh my God, it was amazing that he did those scenarios, because, I have an advisor, he don't talk about the taxes. How do you not talk about the taxes?
I've been saying that for 30 years.
And that's what I said to people. How do you not talk about taxes
as
when
a
you're
financial advisor?
It's incredible.
Well, I know why. I mean, listen, a lot of people work for big box firms, and part of the disclosure is they don't offer what?
Advice,
tax advice,
right?
Because they don't want to, they're supposedly not qualified to do so. I believe that that's absolutely asinine. If I'm talking to somebody about an investment and it's not an IRA, and someone owns stock for quite a while, right, and they have gains that are embedded within that portfolio,
you have to talk about taxes.
What if I sell it? Yeah. What if you don't sell it?
Right.
What are the complications? What can happen? What is my other tax implications going to be? All of those things are conversations in which you have to implicate the transaction. Yeah. Right? Should I sell it? If I sell it, or if I don't sell it, what will happen?
Exactly.
Every single one of those scenarios has a tax implication to it. Mm-hmm. I love the fact that other advisors, hide behind, I don't offer tax advice. Mm-hmm. Well, that's because you're, number one, you're scared. 2, you're lazy. And 3, you're a moron.
Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay? That was a good one, man.
They don't.
That's true.
They don't.
True.
And we hear,
and the crazy thing is we hear it all the time. Right. Like I heard it from the people walking out. That was great that Randy did those scenarios, because my guy don't talk about anything to do with that.
Think about this. Let's put it into a different scenario, right? You walk into a medical office, you have a headache for 3 weeks. Yeah. You finally get a doctor's appointment. You sit there, you take your clothes off, you put the white gown on, your paper sticking to your ass, and the guy walks in the door and says, hey, I hear you got a headache. Here, take this. See you later.
That's it.
Wait a minute, Doc. What? You didn't even have a conversation with me.
You didn't check my head.
You didn't check.
You didn't in my ears, eyes, or nose, or throat. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you're just going to give me a solution because you think you know what I need.
Right.
It's the same scenario. A lot of these people have been with an advisor for so long that no matter what the advisor basically tells them to do, they either just do it or they don't know what the complications or implications are to what the advisor just told them to do.
Exactly.
I'll give you another case in point. We had somebody walk through our door. We found out that he basically took $300,000 out of an IRA to put down on a down payment for a new home in Florida that he's eventually going to be moving to, that they're building, which is not going to be available for another 10 months.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let me repeat this. He took $300,000 out of an IRA.
So what do you think's going to happen there, Rand?
$300,000 just got added to his income.
It is taxable, correct?
So we asked him, do you like paying more for houses? And he says, well, I don't understand what you're talking
he didn't
about.
know.
I said, who told you to take $300,000 out of your IRA? He goes, my advisor told me just take the money. I said, well, did the advisor tell you that $300,000 is now going to be about $100,000
So you
worth
just
of
paid
taxes?
another $100,000 for that house. right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you just paid $100,000 more. He's like, well, I didn't pay $100,000 more for the house. I said, no, you paid Uncle Sam $100,000 more for your house.
Exactly.
That's dumb.
But then tell him what you did, Rand. And that's how he became our client.
Correct. Because then I asked him, well, how long ago did you do this? And he says, well, probably about 2 weeks ago. I said, awesome. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a home equity line of credit on your primary property right now, and we're going to put $300,000 back into your IRA. That's called an indirect rollover.
Right.
You've already paid the government $100,000, which you're going to get potentially in a refund when you file your taxes coming up. And the $300,000 that you already gave the home is fine because we've now just swapped it out. He's like, I didn't even know we can do that. I said, well, you need a tax advisor, and I just told you how to do it. He goes, well, I guess I needed a new advisor as well.
Yeah, and then he became our client.
And there we go.
Yep.
So, it's just one case in point that I can take. Here's another one. I have another group of people that basically said, hey, listen, I'm thinking about becoming your client, but I do have a question for you because this is taxes. Can you give me some quick advice? I said, sure, let's go at it. He says, I work for a company. We have stock in that company, but I've had the company stock for quite some time. I need to give my daughter some money. I'm looking to sell the stock. I said, well, stop right there. I said, first of all, how old's your daughter? He said, she's a student at graduate school. She makes less than $10,000 a year. She's 24, 25 years old. And they want to pay the condo where she's basically staying.
Right.
I said, okay, here's the story. You guys make a good living. If you sell the stock right now, you're going to get waffled with the capital gains. What we're going to do is we're going to basically gift the stock to her, and then she's going to sell the stock for practically nothing because she's in a 0% capital gains tax bracket.
Exactly.
He's like, why didn't my guy say that? I said, I don't know why your guys didn't say that. I said, where does he work? He said, for some big company. I said, well, that's probably the reason why, because if you look on the bottom of their papers, it says always they do not give tax advice.
Yep.
Right.
He says, it sounds to me like I need a new advisor. I said, well, welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard.
Right? So it's just little things like that that separate us from a lot of other individuals. I mean, I'll give you another case in point. We talked about Social Security a lot, right? So the big, beautiful bill has all these different things that are attached to it. Big, beautiful bill.
Big beautiful bill.
Big,
Big beautiful bill. Sorry, go ahead.
Big, beautiful
You
bill.
do it the best, Mark.
Say.
Yeah, no one does it like you. So, big, beautiful bill with regard to Social Security, right? So most people, let me bring this up as well. Most people don't understand taxes. They really don't. They don't understand that the taxes are not black and white.
Yeah.
They're so gray in between. And there's so many different things to look towards and how to take advantage of stuff. But we talked about Social Security, and everybody kept bringing up the point of Social Security is tax-free. Well, believe it or not, Social Security is tax-free, but it becomes taxable because of the provisional income tax formula.
Right.
Now that the big, beautiful bill passed, everybody now thinks that Social Security is tax-free. That's also not true. It's you get an additional $6,000 standard deduction
For
if
that.
you're over age 65.
Right.
For people married filing jointly that make under $150,000 a year or individually under $75,000 a year. When I discussed that with somebody, they didn't think that was true. I had to show them what the big, beautiful bill said. And now they understand that Social Security is not tax-free. It's that they're getting an additional exemption.
Right.
Right. So if they're married filing jointly, they can get a $30,000 standard deduction. They can write off $2,000 extra as married couple for any charitable contributions to any church or synagogue or temple.
Nice. Yep.
And then on top of that, they get a $6,000 each if they're over age 65, which actually adds up to 30 plus the 12 plus the 2. That's $44,000 of deductions that they can basically whack against any of their income. So let me put that into perspective for you. Let's say if they're married and they have $100,000 worth of income, $44,000 reduces it down to $56,000.
Yeah.
$56,000 takes them from the 22% tax bracket to the 10% tax bracket. That saves them 12% in tax.
That's beautiful.
On $100,000, that just saved $12,000.
Yeah.
Right? So that's one way of looking at it to understand how these things really take effect. Now, let's say that we do take that into consideration. Let's say they have a couple $100,000 or more than that in IRA money. How about a Roth conversion? Will future tax-free money be worth it? So if we've just lowered your taxable income under a certain tax bracket and we have room until we get to that next tax bracket, shouldn't we convert some over into a Roth IRA?
Yeah, sounds great to me.
Pay taxes today, right?
I love it. It's on
cheap.
sale.
They're
What
on
do we
sale.
say? Taxes are on sale.
Taxes are on sale. I mean,
Yeah.
we can have a whole discussion about that one. But again, we just discussed Social Security and Medicare.
Okay.
There's 74 million people that are actually on that program right now. Within the next 5 years, 41 million people are turning age 65.
Crazy.
10,000 people turn 65 every day in the United States. By 2035, there's going to be more people age 65 and over in the United States than under. Now, here's the issue. When 74 million people are already on the two largest programs that the government's got to pay for, and we don't have enough money to pay for it right now anyway, where's the money coming from? We either print it or we have to tax it, right? So we have to pay taxes.
That's right.
If 41 million more people are going to be actually on the same program, that means there's going to be more money that has to be funneled in. Well, if we have to print more, it means that inflation or your dollar is going to be worth less, or the government's got to increase taxes.
Yeah. Nobody likes that.
Nobody likes that. So,
Nobody
ladies
likes
and
those.
gentlemen, listen, over the next 5 years, taxes are going to change to some degree, shape, or form. So it's a fact. Taxes are on sale.
Right.
Take advantage of them now. And if you don't have a tax
Tax
planner
yes.
or a financial advisor or a team that understands how to do those things for you, give us a call. We'll help you out.
866-304-3656.
Sorry, say that number again. I jump right on you. One more time.
You got it. That's 866-304-3656.
Of course, online at therealretireesofnewjersey.com, therealretireesofnewjersey.com. You can find that all here in the show notes. And I think at the end of this discussion, I think it's fair to say that it's nothing more than Big Beautiful Bill with information from Big Beautiful Randy.
Yeah.
We invite you to reach out to the team if maybe you're looking for that second set of eyes, that second opinion service from the team at Artemis Wealth Advisors and Liberty Financial Group, therealretireesofnewjersey.com. Let's hit pause for right now. I want to get deeper into this maybe next week about how taxes are on sale. So we'll get to that plus a lot more next week here. Hey, thank you so much for streaming, for downloading, for listening, for being a part of it. This has been the Real Retirees of New Jersey with Peggy and Randy Fisher, all powered by Artemis Wealth Advisors and Liberty Financial Group. We are an independent financial services firm helping individuals create retirement strategies using a variety of financial and insurance products to custom suit their needs and objectives. Investment advisor services offered through Artemis Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Exposure to ideas and financial vehicles discussed should not be considered investment advice or recommendation to buy or sell any financial vehicle. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Investments can fluctuate and when redeemed may be worth more or less than when originally invested. Artemis Wealth Advisors is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency and does not provide legal or tax advice. Please consult with your attorney, accountant, and or tax advisor for advice concerning your particular circumstances. Annuity guarantees rely solely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance and annuity products offered through Randolph A. Fisher, insurance license number 9616074, and Liberty Financial Group, LLC, and Peggy Fisher, national license number 189-42003 and 570-5833.